Hillholm wants to know, what's the overall tone of this game? Lighthearted, world-saving romp, or dark and serious, the end is nigh?
So, what is the overall tone of this game? Lighthearted romp, or dark and serious? I'd say it's mostly lighthearted. I'd say it's maybe 75% lighthearted. With some dark, serious moments, but for the most part, the game's tone is very lighthearted and uplifting, and just wants to have fun, have a good time.
Oh crap! A sandstorm.
And here comes Sherman.
Our other one of our
He's, I would say, Fang's rival. Yeah.
Because he's the pretty boy.
He's a pretty boy. He's like if Fang took being a fencer seriously.
Yeah, so this guy is more typically of the hero kind of genre, or maybe like, but
kind of your standard stereotypical hero.
Yeah, but Fang, on the other hand, what was it? The swagger.
He has the lazy guy swag. I think we called it earlier.
I really like that term. Thanks, guy who made the term.
This is Sherman's partner Ryushin, who is a fairy. This is probably the first introduction to. This is the first introduction the player gets to mechanical fairies. Kind of sets the tone for just the fairy diversity in this game. You'll have some who kind of look more like traditional fae, and then you have other ones who basically just look like big Gundams.
Didn't you originally have his text as like all caps?
Originally he was going to talk in all caps, but it looked too much like shouting, and so this kind of seemed like a better way to for the text at least to convey Ryushin's kind of mechanical tone.
Yeah, we're usually very flexible to make the game quality much better.
Yeah.
For sure.
Ivilla 559 is another question about Beard Cooney and Monica. How'd you guys get your start with NIS America? So was this your first game you worked on, or have you worked on past titles, basically?
How did we get our start at NIS America?
What did you work on before here?
So I worked on the Guided Fate Paradox. That was my very first game with Nick. I think he is participating in in the chat room, the Mr. Tired Media. And afterwards, my second huge project was Danganronpa 2.
Which was actually my first project as an editor for NIS America was Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. That was the first title Monica and I worked on together. And then after that, we worked on Fairy Fencer F.
Yeah, so that was Danganronpa was definitely his
trial by fire. Yeah, you know, once you've worked on Danganronpa, everything that comes afterward just feels easy.
He tasted true despair.
True despair.
Yeah, so when we started working on Fairy Fencer, we were already like professionals who act like we were here for like ages.
So now, okay, cool. I can show off weapon boost.
Awesome.
So as you can see here, we have all the parameters that you can boost: physical attack, magic attack, physical defense, magic defense. Your attack range, the orange circle under your character. This affects the duration of Fury Form, and this is additional combos. And as you press right, you see your skills that you can unlock, magic spells your character can learn, passive abilities. As I mentioned earlier, learning is a very useful passive to learn once you get more than 3 party members, because it ensures that party members who aren't actively in battle will still get experience and weapon points, and that their fairies will gain XP as well. And then right now, Fang can learn sword and axe combos.
Bok Choi DG wants to know what your guys' favorite character archetypes are.
Archetypes?
Yeah.
Favorite character archetypes. I like when archetypes are kind of subverted or like played with. So in that regard, I like Pippin, because Pippin kind of takes on the role of like the old, wizened veteran character, but he's a big green anthropomorphic cat with a sword through his head, and he just looks silly, and that's not you don't expect that from that kind of archetype. So that's what I enjoy. I enjoy seeing archetypes that I'm familiar with, kind of tweaked or played with in some way.
I like Pippin too. I really like unique characters that break the wall, kind of. Like, at first it may look just like a cute little, like, cat-like animal, but then it's like this wise dude where he's like, I will train you, my boy.
Yeah, so kind of like, he's kind of like Yoda. You don't expect you don't expect Yoda to be like this sage Jedi master. You think he's just this crazy green alien living in a swamp, and then he gradually reveals his hidden depths. And I think that's what I like about Pippin so much, is there's depth to him that you wouldn't get just from kind of a precursory glance.
Soul Z01 wants to know, can the main character fuse with other characters? Basically, is this Dragon Ball Z?
Can the main character fuse with other characters? So, Fang, the bond between a fencer and a fairy is very serious. It's one fairy, one fury. Now, with you can equip an additional fury as like an accessory, but Fang doesn't have the bond with it that he has with Aaron. So as far as like
main weapon is Aaron, basically. Yeah. So whatever Aaron, like the other fairies are basically attached to Aaron more.
Yeah. So he as far as like Fair Eyes and fusing with other characters and such, it's really just Fang. It's just really just the fencer and their respective named fairy partner.
Miwar asks, what are your favorite party setups in the game? For example, in JRPGs, he usually tends to make all female, all male, or all non-human parties in different playthroughs.
So, for me, in JRPGs, when I set up a party composition, it's usually just characters that I just like. I don't, depending on the boss fight, I'll swap it around, but I prefer to just use characters that I enjoy, that I think are would work together. And so for this game in particular, my favorite party composition is Fang, Galdo, and Pippin, because Fang and Galdo are kind of bros, and then Pippin is kind of like their, the sage sage mentor. So just the three of them together is just amusing to me. I like that. What about you?
I like Fang, Pippin, and one of the secret characters.
Oh,
dun, dun. But Pippin. I want to walk around with Pippin.
So here Tiara reveals that she has access to basically the dimension where the goddess and vile god have been sealed away, and this dimension is where you make use of the godly revival feature. That feature, there's another level of customization. With that, you can basically the fairies that you equip on your character, that's basically how you give them additional abilities.
God. Goddess.
So,
Sorrow Moon asks, why does Fang impale himself on his own sword when he fair rises?
Why does Fang impale himself on his own sword when he fair rises?
Because
it looks cool.
Impaled.
Because it's awesome.
My question is, does that mean he's like the Vile God because the Vile God has swords in him?
No, because the Vile God doesn't fair rise. No, come on. No. He stabs himself with a sword because how else are you going to transform? Come on.
Hillholm wants to know...
I'm actually going to skip this event because I want to get to the...
Hillholm wants to know, who is your least favorite character in the game and why? That was spoilers, of course.
My least favorite character in the game... There's a character named Mariana who appears.
Yeah.
She's kind of a B. I don't really like her. But I can't really go into why without venturing into spoiler territory, so, just...
Well, that's up for you guys to decide.
Yeah, you'll see for yourself why she's a B. But anyway, so this is the godly revival feature. So when you come to this dimension, as you can, basically when you find the fairies, you're going to want to assign them to furies. So we just got Sylph earlier, which is a C rank fury, or C rank fairy.
You can only pull out the one that's
right. So we need a C rank fury to assign her to. So I'm gonna stick her in Angel's Luck. So here's what happens: you select a fury, then you select the fairy to release the seal, which is Sylph, who's the only fairy we have right now. So you can see Sylph comes with wind protection +1, and this fury has Angel's Luck. So when I go to borrow the, put basically Sylph inside this fury, she's going to have her wind protection +1 ability plus this Angel's Luck ability. So there's a level of customization here too, because I could just as easily choose this fury and give Sylph gun prowess, this one to give her fire protection, and so forth. You can also see that there's what's called shaping effects, which I can explain a little better once we get to the world map. But for now, I'm going to pick this Angel's Luck ability. The presence reside. So whenever you do this, you're going to have to fight do a battle. This is basically like the defense system on the seals. So we got T on.
So check out her flowing slash.
No, she doesn't have a flowing stash. Oof. But okay, this guy's a little tough. Desu_ would like to know if you guys think that this game is more accessible to the casual JRPG audience compared to something like Hyperdimension Neptunia or Disgaea, because those games have multiple entries in the series and are sort of a niche. I'd say yeah. This game is definitely accessible to anyone who loves JRPGs or is curious about JRPGs and looking for a good one to like wet their feet with. I would say it's very accessible.
But at the same time, it certainly fits the very niche hardcore.
Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, there's plenty here for the fans of niche RPGs as well. But I would say that this game is accessible
for everyone.
Pretty much everyone. Yeah.
And it's definitely appealing for girls too. Like I really love this game.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous game. It's a lot of fun.
There's pretty boys and pretty girls.
Pretty boys, pretty girls. Slice Sandy wants to know, which characters do you think have the best character interaction? Other than you two, of course. Which characters have the best character interaction? I would say Harley and Bajas have a pretty good interaction, because Bajas basically treats her like his messy daughter. He just
picks up after her.
Cleans up after her, scolds her, lectures her, and none of it sinks in. Harley just doesn't care. Fang's interactions are pretty amusing as well, just given that he's kind of he's very crass and blunt and honest with pretty much everyone he meets, which is a great source of humor throughout the game. Some might say he's rude. I just think he's painfully honest. We're gonna next giveaway in 2 minutes. Next giveaway in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
We get so whoever asks us the best question between now and the next 2 minutes will receive a final copy of Fairy Fencer F that we're giving away.
Yeah, I can't believe it's almost over.
I know. Where does the time go?
Yeah, I want to come back.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Okay, so we've beaten the battle. Successful, and now you can see the fury seal is broken, and the fury is being removed from the goddess, and the stone encasing that portion will shatter, revealing the fleshy insides. I don't know how to okay, whatever. But now we see wind protection, Angel's Luck. We have the shaping effects. So revival rank up. Now this is important too. Whenever you revival rank is now C because we pulled a C rank fury. When you find a B rank fury and then a B rank fairy and then pull a B rank fury, your revival rank will increase to B. As your revival rank goes up, you'll unlock additional weapon combos for every character. So for example, if I can get back to the menu, and again I'm skipping.
Quick world shape.
So if we go to not combo edit.